Good story about the Rebbe is that a guy wanted, not a Lubavitcher, some guy from Borough Park, wanted a bracha from the Rebbe. And he asked for an audience. I don't know what they told him. I don't know if they still had Yechidus at that point or not, but maybe they told him Yechidus would be, a personal audience with the Rebbe would be like half a year out, or maybe they told him that he couldn't have it at all. He could submit something to the secretariat and they would bring it into the Rebbe. Anyways, but he didn't want that. He felt like he had an urgent issue. So some Lubavitcher tipped him off and said, listen, don't say you heard it from me because I don't want this coming back to me, but if you wait outside of the Rebbe's house at such and such time, you can walk up to the Rebbe and you can ask him for a bracha. So that's what the guy did. And he went over to the Rebbe as the Rebbe was coming out of his house on President Street. And it ended up turning into like a whole long conversation, and they were talking for like 5 minutes. And after the Rebbe left, the Bachrim, who were watching from like half a block away, they ran over to this guy and they started screaming at him and said, you did a terrible thing. How selfish can you be? Do you know how busy the Rebbe is? Do you know how precious his time is? He doesn't even sleep. You know, how could you stand there and force the Rebbe to stand for 5 minutes talking about what? Your personal problems? The Rebbe has the weight of the world on his shoulders. How could you do that? And in fact, you think you're getting a blessing. It's going to be the opposite. You're going to be punished for this because you've done something really bad. You've messed up the divine order by taking the Rebbe's time. And they really made the guy feel awful. So he ran to 770 and he wrote an apology letter. And he gave it into the secretariat. And basically it was profusely apologizing for wasting the Rebbe's time. I'm not sure how quickly the response came, but it came fairly quickly. The Rebbe wrote back a response, and the response said, I believe, the words to the effect of, Mi yodea im kol tachlis yeridas nishmasi be'elam hazeh. Who knows if the entire purpose of my soul's descent into this world, lazer oisai Yehudi, was to help this Jew, meaning to help you. Umiheim habachrim, who are the yeshiva students, lisadav bezet, to mix into this. Umaheim oisim berachav, president b'shas limud, and what were they doing on President Street at the time of yeshiva classes being in session? It's absolutely mind-boggling. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, I mean, think about the accomplishments that we know about. Forget about what we don't know about, what we couldn't even know about because it's just so spiritual and otherworldly that we couldn't even fathom it. But even just what we know that Rebbe came to this world and accomplished, the Rebbe's accomplishments in Torah scholarship, the Rebbe's accomplishments in organizing, in meeting with people, counseling people, advising, publishing, sending out shluchim, like just the things we know about, right? Like you cannot think of somebody with a more global impact, with a more massive reach than the Rebbe. And the Rebbe writes to this guy who's profusely apologizing for basically talking about his personal problems with the Rebbe. And the Rebbe says to him, no, don't apologize. Who knows if maybe the whole purpose of my soul coming to the world was to help you. Meaning to say that I was saying it could be that the whole reason I came to this world was to help you. So you're apologizing? No, don't apologize. This could be the entire purpose why my soul came to the world. And that's for me such an important idea to cling to, that, nobody accomplished more in a lifetime than the Rebbe. And yet he didn't write this as like a way of being nice. He everything that Rebbe said was completely 100% sincere. He literally meant it. He meant it in all sincerity. Like, it is possible that my entire purpose of my soul being in this world was for those 5 minutes to help you. So then think like by comparison, when we question sometimes the usefulness of helping someone or doing a particular mitzvah, and, we think we have more important things to do, and we don't know that. Who knows? Like that I said, mi yodea. Who knows? Maybe my entire purpose was this thing that seems small, but it wasn't small at all. It was my soul's purpose in this world.
Hey, this is Shais Taub. You were just watching a clip from this class. If you want to get the full context, the full class that this clip that you just watched was from, you watch right here. Click right here. Here.